Today I am wrapping up the month of April, which was kind of meh for me, honestly. I didn't really read that much. I mean, I didn't not read at all, and I did complete some books that I really liked. So that was pretty cool, but I kind of wish that I'd done some more reading. I don't know. I think the last week of April I just didn't read at all. I don't know, but so yeah, let me just show you the books that I read in April, and then later I'll tell you my TBR for May. So in the beginning of the month, I started reading All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, but I DNF'd it because I put it down. Well, not DNF'd it because I'm not giving up on it, but I did not finish it in the month. I stopped reading it because I just was not into it. I was not liking it at all. There was nothing I was liking at all, and I kept drawing comparisons to The Fault in Our Stars for some reason. It's kind of similar feel to it, but I stopped reading at 150 pages. So, yeah. I don't know when I'll pick this back up, but I do want to at least finish this book. But yeah, I didn't finish this in April. So then to get out of that weird slumpy zone, I read Side Effects May Vary by Julie Murphy, which I rated 4.5 stars because I loved it. It was really good. Really good. I really liked everything about this book, the plot, and it was the characters. It was just really good. The only reason I didn't rate it a full 5 stars is because it was written in a then and now timeline format, which, to be honest, never works in books. It's always confusing. So I didn't really like that, and also the main character Alice annoyed me at times. Like, not because she was annoying, but because some of her actions were like, why are you doing this? So, yeah, but I did like her character, and this book was really good. I definitely recommend it. And then after that, I read Splintered by A.G. Howard, which is another awesome read. I rated it a full 5 stars because I really, 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 really liked it. This was my first fairy tale retelling book, and this is a book about an Alice in Wonderland retelling. In modern day, obviously, but anyway, it was really cool. I really liked the different take they put on Alice in Wonderland. It was really cool. I just really liked it. It was pretty good, and honestly, this easily could have been a standalone, even though it's a trilogy, but it could have been a standalone. Like the ending, like that could have been fine all by itself. But I'm still really excited to read the rest of this trilogy because this one was real good. And to follow up with that, I read the 1.5 novella to the Splintered series, which is called The Moth in the Mirror. And I read that on my phone on iBooks. And I rated it 4 stars because I thought it was really cool. The novella shows us some scenes from the character Jeb from Splintered. It shows some of his scenes that we didn't get to see in Splintered. So that was pretty interesting. And the final book that I read this month was The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas, which contains all of the Throne of Glass series novellas. And I rated this 4.75 stars because I really, really enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't like was that the first novella was kind of hard to get into, which is kind of the same throughout all the books in this series. At first, it's hard to get into, but once you get into it, it's really, really good. So, yeah, I didn't really get into it until near the end of the first novella, and then after that, I was on. It was real good after that, all the way up to the end, and it was really interesting to learn about the events that happened pretty much right before where the first book starts. So that was pretty interesting, and it was really good, really nice to be back in this world and see just some of Selena's awesome scenes. And now for my May TBR. The first thing that I have for my May TBR is I have to finish Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare because I'm reading it for school. I read I think 3 acts of it this month. Um but I didn't finish it. I still have to read the final act of it. So that will happen next month. That's when we're finishing it. So yeah, that'll probably be early in the month for me to finish. I also want to finally get to Gather in Darkness by Morgan Rhodes. This is the 3rd book in the Fallen Kingdom series, and I really need to read it. Not that I'm like excited or like, you know, whatever. I just need to read it because I want to find out what happens because everyone says it's so good, and I honestly kind of wasn't that satisfied with the 2nd book in the series, so I want this to be really good because I want to get back to liking this series. So hopefully this will happen next month, although probably not immediately. I don't know, but I want this to happen next month. The first book that I will probably be reading this month is We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist because I'm really anxious to read this book. I really want to read it. I'm so excited. It seems really cool. It's short, it's quick, should be fun, and I'm probably going to start it tomorrow. Because tomorrow's May 1st, and yeah, so this will probably be really cool. I also want to read Sultan Stone by Victoria Scott this month, the 2nd book in the Fire and Flood series, because I read Fire and Flood kind of a while ago. So yeah, I really want to be back in this world and back with these characters and find out what happens next in this series because I'm really excited to see because I really enjoyed the first book, so want to see where it goes. I'll also probably be reading Unhinged by A.G. Howard this month because Splintered was really good. This is the 2nd book in the Splintered series. Splintered was really good. I really enjoyed it, as I said earlier in this video, so I really want to continue this trilogy. I've heard this one is not as good as the first one, but I've also seen some reviews on Goodreads that are really good. So, overall, I've heard good things about this, and the first book was pretty good, so I'm excited to see where this series goes because I don't know where it could go from the first book. I mean, it could, I don't know. That's why I'm going to read this. I also, sometime in the month, although it's not urgent, I want to read The Fear Trials by Lindsay Cummings because 1, it's a novella and it's short and I should be able to get through it quickly, and 2, it's the prequel novella to the Murder Complex series. I have it as an ebook on my phone, and I also have the first book, The Murder Complex. If you haven't seen my April book haul, it's in there. But I want to at least get started on this series and maybe at least read the novella this month. I don't know if I'm ready to read the first book in the actual series, but I want to at least get started by reading the prequel novella. So yeah, I should probably read that sometime this month, and I want to. I think that's enough for my TBR for this month. Let me know what you read this month, if you liked the stuff or you didn't like the stuff, or what you're planning on reading next month, and I will see you guys next time in my next video. Goodbye!